of service to our nation. We're thrilled to have you with us, both physically and virtually today. There's a quote attributed to World War II General Omar Bradley that states, "Amateurs talk strategy, professionals talk logistics." And if I may take just a small bit of poetic license with this, I'd update it to professionals talk agile combat support. For it is only through the professionals of the mission support group that our fighter wing can function and successfully complete our missions. No one is allowed on base without first being assessed as a threat or not by our security forces defenders. Not $1 of GPC money is spent without contracting oversight, let alone the multitude of projects which total millions of dollars annually and enable our fighter wing airmen to work and train in outstanding facilities. Our CE squadron ensures those facilities are functional and responds to both peacetime and wartime emergencies. Absolutely nothing happens without our communications networks being operable, and as our logistics readiness squadron can attest, the volume of supplies and consumables we require is truly never ending, as is our deployment tempo. Lastly, our force support squadron's responsibilities begin on day one of every Thunder Airman's career and continues well beyond the day they separate or retire. Sprinkle in some Red Horse in the 290th JCSS for the majority of Matt's command, you get an amazing organization with responsibilities that cover nearly the entire state of Florida. When Matt took command in 2021, we were still deep in the throes of supporting the state through the COVID-19 pandemic, an undertaking of epic proportions. And although it feels like it was years ago, it has been less than 2 years since our last members and did their duty supporting the state. We came out of that just in time for the 2021 hurricane season, which fortunately spared significant impacts in Florida, but provided an opportunity for us to support our neighbors in Louisiana. We rolled into 2022, and shortly thereafter were asked to support the Florida Department of Corrections with another hurricane season right behind it, this time supporting our own citizens here in Florida as Hurricanes Ian and Nicole wreaked havoc in our state. It's been a busy couple of years. But our support to the state is similar to an additional duty to our primary federal mission. And this too is never ending between deployments, the daily, weekly, and monthly grind of ensuring that our airmen are ready to perform their wartime missions, supporting the other units on base, all while developing our airmen to reach their full potential. And we all know that Matt's true passion is people. Matt, you've left the mission support group in great shape, readied both our MSG airmen and our base for the future, and have made an impact that will be felt and seen for decades to come. Best of luck as you transition to the National Guard Space Operations Division, where your impact will be even greater. We look forward to the great things you'll accomplish there, starting with a defensive space control squadron for Florida. One person who has seen that impact firsthand is Lieutenant Colonel Teresa Frank. T, I'm confident that I speak for the entire wing when I say how thrilled we are to have you step into this role. Your knowledge of the MSG and your experience at the wing, Joint Force Headquarters, and 1st Air Force levels have more than prepared you for this opportunity. Today's environment is one of constant change and continuous uncertainty. So many Thunder Airmen are looking forward to your leadership and inspiration as we continue to accelerate change and prepare for the future while ensuring we are ready to fight tonight. Thank you for stepping up to command in this difficult environment and lead our airmen through what will be one of the most challenging and change-filled periods in our wing's history. The threat environment demands bold leadership and an unwavering commitment to readiness. I know that's exactly what you'll bring to this command. In closing, we're about halfway through deploying our reserve component period forces, the vast majority of whom are deploying from the mission support group. Please remember them, their families, and all of our nation's deployed service members until their safe return. Thank you.
Thank you, Colonel Downs. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce Colonel Giles. Please join Colonel Downs for the award presentation portion of this ceremony. Audience, please stand for the presentation of the Meritorious Service Medal. Attention to orders. This is to certify that the President of the United States of America, authorized by Executive Order 16 January 1969 has awarded the Meritorious Service Medal 5th Oak Leaf Cluster to Colonel Matthew L. Giles for outstanding service 11 February 2021 to 6 May 2023. Colonel Matthew Giles distinguished himself in the performance of outstanding service to the United States as commander of the 125th Mission Support Group. During this period, Colonel Giles dedicated himself to the professional development of not only the Mission Support Group Airmen, but the Florida Air National Guard as a whole. He authored and facilitated a squadron commander's course, which provided instruction in the art of leadership to 20 commanders, and he led mentorship panels in 5 enlisted development courses. His dedication to the development armed future leaders with the sharpest tools for success and crushed the command's strategic priority of develop our force. Colonel Giles also faced multiple domestic response emergencies during his tenure. He assembled a coronavirus 19 response force that processed over 100,000 COVID tests and provided double the number of vaccinations. Actions which reinforced Florida's national emergency posture. Next, Colonel Giles coordinated mission support capabilities such as route clearance, communication, and recovery teams in support of Hurricane Ian operations. His prompt coordination ensured these teams were boots on ground in 36 hours or less and provided much needed reassurance to affected Florida citizens in the disaster zones. The singular and distinctive accomplishments of Colonel Giles reflect great credit upon himself, the United States Air Force. Given under my hand, 27 April 2023, signed George H. Downs, Colonel, USAF, Commander, 125th Fighter Plane. Thank you, Colonel Downs. Audience, you may take your seats. At this time, please welcome the outgoing commander, Colonel Giles.
First of all, thanks for being here. So, it's no secret I love singing the Air Force song. So I'm looking forward to singing that again, probably for the last time. I love verse 4, the words, in echelon we carry on. And that's really the theme that we aspire to as airmen, that we hand over the reins to those airmen that are better than us, that we know are going to do fantastic as we go off and do other things. Colonel Coffey, sir, thanks for being here. You're another Mission Support Group Commander veteran, so I look to you for just to share that camaraderie. You understand the business of being a Mission Support Group Commander, cooperative agreement, star base, all the fun stuff with the job. Thanks for being here. Chief Beckham, I know your time is super valuable. I'm super excited that, sir, please, if you can do anything for our airmen, please find a way to resource to have a full-time E9 in whatever status at your side as you assume ATAC responsibilities. My fellow group commanders, it's been awesome fighting for resources to try to get the job done. I think our relationships have been great, and I look forward to that continued greatness with the next generation that's going to come behind us. For my squadron commanders that are here, my squadron command teams, thank you for your leadership. It's been awesome. My family that's here, thank you. I cherish the time that we get to spend together always, and I love you so much. I will leave as a Mission Support Group Commander with a much better appreciation for what our airmen do. Not only things like lift stations and lines on roads and toilets that flush and contracting timelines and logistics movements and what it takes to defend this base and how short we are on defenders and all the stuff that the FSS does to just make things happen. And the airmen in the back right now making tater tots for lunch, right? If a tater tot is not perfect, that's not good. But these airmen aspire just to make things like perfect tater tots. So please come and have lunch on the FSS today, because they put so much energy into making that a quality meal. So thanks to them. But it's not really about the lift stations and the toilets and the roads and the facilities. It's about you, the airmen, that make that stuff happen, that are passionate about doing your jobs to serve the state and to just, man, I tip my hat to you. Just the way you serve and inspire me to carry on in the future. T, you have dreamed very long of your own skies to conquer, right? So today, T gets to climb high into the sun. I want to add a little verse to the Air Force song, and it's going to say, Adam T, give him the gun. Adam T, give him the missile. Adam T, give him the bomb. Adam T, give him hell. In Echelon, we carry on. Nothing will stop the U.S. Air Force.
Thank you, Colonel Giles. The change of command ceremony is rooted in military history dated back to the 18th century during the reign of Frederick the Great of Prussia. At that time, organizational flags were developed with the color arrangements and symbols unique to each particular unit. To this flag and its commander, the soldiers of the unit would dedicate their loyalty and trust. When a change of command was to take place, the flag was passed to the individual assuming the command. This gesture was accomplished in front of the entire unit so that they all could see and witness the new leader in his or her dutiful position. He who held the flag also held the soldier's allegiance. This symbolic tradition has survived throughout military history. At this time, we invite the official party to please come forward. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the 125th Mission Support Group change of command.
Publish the order.
Attention to orders. Under provisions of AFI 51604 and Special Order Number Golf 23-011, Lieutenant Colonel Frank assumes command of the 125th Mission Support Group, effective 8 May 2023.
Sir, I relinquish command.
Sir, I assume command.
Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct honor to introduce to you the commander of the 125th Mission Support Group, Lieutenant Colonel Teresa Frank.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm really glad the coordinated skills part is over, so. Can you all hear me back there? Okay. I don't want to try to coordinate the mic and like this whole thing I'm going to talk about, so. It's really not that long. I just am old and can't see anymore, so don't be scared about this. So, I'm also glad that there's no guidon related LODs that we need to initiate appreciate today. First, I'd like to thank my leadership, Colonel Down, Colonel Poppy, Colonel Simeon, and Colonel Giles for helping me along the way, and then also my fellow group commanders for inspiring me. I'm looking forward to working with you all. You've all set high expectations for me, and I intend to exceed them. To my mentors and colleagues that traveled here today, and I think I got some Army folks back there too, and then folks that really appreciate you coming. Thank you. To the chiefs, airmen of all ranks, retirees and spouses, your presence and support means the world to me. Thank you, Colonel Giles, for providing a positive command presence over the MSG and trusting me to take on difficult tasks for the betterment of the Mission Support Group. To Colonel Giles' family, thank you for sharing him with us. Everyone in this room knows that military families are the glue that binds us together and how much you sacrifice so we can succeed in our missions. Colonel Giles, I wish you well in your next tour as Director S-236, National Guard Bureau Space Operations. Although, your MSG team and everybody in this room wants to know, do you prefer a live long and prosper, or may the force be with you? Chaplain Poplin, thank you. For those that don't know, I started my journey here with Chaplain Poplin when he worked for me in base education and training a long time ago. I felt it was important to have him here as we both prepare on our new journeys. Gary, I'm very proud of you for fulfilling your dream of becoming a chaplain and for all that you have done to provide spiritual support for our airmen. Thank you. Matt, incredible and moving as always. I can't believe that our schedules aligned so you could be here today. In addition to being the lead singer of the Matt Altman Band, seriously, you guys gotta check them out on Facebook or catch a show on the beaches.
Thanks for the plug.
Thank you for coming here today. Matt is also a Navy veteran. He went to A School for Electronics Technician and was stationed aboard the fast frigate, the USS Dewar in South Carolina and here in Mayport. He deployed to the Persian Gulf and cruised the Caribbean, although his cruise was not quite like what us Floridians are used to. Matt, we thank you for your service. And I'm excited that his wife Cheryl also joined us. Cheryl is an amazing woman. She does great things for our veterans. She hosts the Challenge 22 event. It's a 2.2-mile walk to bring awareness and prevent veteran suicide. So thank you. I know that takes a lot, and everybody appreciates you for the time that you put into that. So thank you very much. A very special thank you to Senior Master Sergeant Gunnerman for emceeing today's event. It's never an easy thing, and I appreciate you taking the time to do that.
You're most welcome.
A huge thank you to Master Sergeant Barnes for assisting my awesome CSS team members with the sound system, Tech Sergeant Stafford for assisting with the setup, Tech Sergeant Rozga for the excellent job as proper, and last but not least, Master Sergeant Leonard for taking on all the stressful projects like writing the invitation, writing the script, making sure all those tags were converted and where we needed to be while still managing the CSS. You guys all rock, and I appreciate you. To my friends and family on Facebook, I'm sorry we didn't have time to send out formal invitations for today's event, but once my promotion to colonel is confirmed, it's beach party time, guaranteed. To my dad, my sister Corrine, and my 3 oldest children, Shale, Colton, and Wyatt, I hope you made it online, and I love you all very much. Tech Sergeant Beck, I am very grateful that you volunteered to Facebook Live today's ceremony so they could participate. Thank you. To my family here today, Natasha and Mark, I'm here because of your love and support. You kept me motivated when I didn't think I had anything left to give, and you still encouraged me when I couldn't be there for your special events. Tashi graduates from high school this year, so I wanted to do her favorite thing, which is recognize her accomplishment in front of a group of students. I love you. Mark, also known to everybody in here as Kraken. He's got his shirt specialized for us today. And I'm pretty sure that you have a bigger fan club out here than I do. Am I right out there? I know I voluntold you to be a key spouse, but you didn't have to get involved with our wing like you have. There are a lot of airmen in the audience that you have helped. Even though you seem rough, we all know how huge your heart is and how many hours you have dedicated to the Florida National Guard, Army, and Air family. We are truly Team Frank, and I love you more. To my defenders. Try that again. To my defenders. There we go. Thank you for the refresher on what it means to be a commander. You all give and give to this organization, and we don't thank you enough for your sacrifices to ensure our 24/7 safety and security. So thank you. FYI, I haven't quit on you. I'm still your commander, but I'm just taking guard mount at a different level. Finally, to the airmen of the Mission Support Group, I am humbled to have the privilege of leading our team. I do not see Group Command as a box to check. For upward progression, I consider Group Command a significant responsibility, and I'm honored to have the opportunity to command our amazing group of airmen. You have my personal commitment to lead this command, but I understand that I must also practice good followership. I work for you, and I look forward to what our future brings as we crush the wing priorities of execute our mission, train our airmen, and develop our force. Air power is the answer. Win any fight, anytime. Thank you, and God bless.
Thank you, Lieutenant Colonel Frank. The men and women of the 125th Mission Support Group would like to welcome Lieutenant Colonel Frank as she assumes her new duties as the group commander. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the singing of the Air Force song, followed by the departure of the official party.
Off we go into the wild blue yonder, climbing high into the sun. Here they come to meet our thunder, and the boys, give her the gun, give her the gun. Down we dive, spouting our flames from under, off with one.